Hi, hello, welcome, and good evening, friends and other people. Welcome to Midnight in the Marshes, a Root actual play here on the Initiative Order. I am Miguel. I'll be the game master for this evening's fifth and our final episode of the series. My pronouns are they, he, and I'm very excited to bring this story to a conclusion with our wonderful cast. Speaking of, let's go ahead and meet them for the last time. Starting same order as we've been doing. Christian, tell us about you. How is life?
Hi, everybody. Hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba on all the socials, if socials still exist. My pronouns are he, him. I am playing Blitz Lombardi, the prince, about to get revenge. But then there's this bear. It's a complicated mess. We'll see how it shakes out. We'll see. And his pronouns are also he, him.
A complicated bear indeed. All right. Clockwising it, as is our tradition here. Isabel, hello.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. You can use any and all pronouns when referring to me. And tonight I will be playing Felix Fautus, pronouns he, they, a grumpy, lovable, terrible, no good, rotten thief.
All of those check out. Mm-hmm. And also, hi, hello, and welcome. Sabina, how are you?
I am doing pretty good. Hello. I'm Sabina. I play Beatrice Fleetcheeks. Both of us use she, her pronouns, and I am sad that this is our last episode.
We all are. Yeah. And rounding us out, Nate, how about it?
How about it? I, too, am very sad that this is wrapping up this. But here we are. I'm Nate, he, him pronouns, playing the soup-loving, grumpy old mouse the size of a rat, Rankle Razortooth. He's got some kind of heart in him. Sometimes he's cool, other times he's pissed off. We'll see what happens tonight when we're fighting this big old bear. We're excited.
Big old bear. Big old bear indeed. And that is where we will start off in medias res, as they say. Or in just a big mess, as I say. When we left our adventurers. No, that's a different game. Our vagabonds. They were a tricky situation on the docks of Gramble's log, a nice little clearing on the marshes at the edge of the woodland of Midwater. They confronted both the Roughbones, the group of bounty hunter, vagabond, bandits, etc., that was hired by the Marquis to cause no good mischief here in Gramble's log, as well as their Marquis patrons, one Duchess Carlotta von Fluffington and her entourage of soldiers, sailors, and Chezzy, the raccoon. Our vagabonds thought they had everything under control, having captured both Carlotta and Regina, leader of the vagabonds and longtime nemesis of our own, Blitz Lombardi, when out of nowhere, a giant mechanical bear sprung through the ship's deck, breaking it probably. We'll get to that and what's happening on the ship, but pouncing onto the dock, menacing a frightened group of both denizens and town guards, and also Beatrice, who we will check in with first. So you are on the dock. There is panic. The denizens that remained on the dock after, the initial disbursement that you sort of led or convinced are just in a full, they're like, everyone's just like running around, arms up and stuff. you hear the very commanding voice of Amelia. You say Clear Eyes? I don't know. Member of the town council here in Gramble's log. She, you hear her just, look alive, town guard, squad 1, protect those denizens, squad 2, move in. And as the group around her disperses, and they start trying to like, use their little like shields and stuff to like help the denizens start getting out of there, and another group of like 5 or so town guards starts closing in on the bear, when it just lets out this giant mechanical roar that you swear is shaking the deck as it goes off. And that flame you saw in its mouth earlier, amongst the like big, metally serrated teeth that have been built on there, just bursts flame in like an arc, and it just sends that whole group of guards in disarray as they some of them catch fire, all of them catch panic.
I think I would check first of all if I can see any of my companions, to check in if they are okay.
When you gaze up to the ship, you can kind of see, what you can see is the back of a denizen. You can recognize that it is Rankle, and you can see he is holding his sword to the throat of Carlota, kind of backed up there. That's about what you can see from your angle. But a quick scan will show you that you're they're nowhere around you. Either.
Okay, yeah, I think I would just kind of try to calm the people around me then, and be like, the Fleetcheeks, we're always saying, if you're scared of it, it's probably scared of you, which maybe doesn't apply in this situation, because it can't feel emotions. I think I start kind of like repeating what the guards are saying, just because I kind of already had the ear of these people, but it's like a little rambly and panicked at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Since you did have their ear previously with your orating, you're able to sort of muster the group of the guards that was helping the denizens. So we'll say as the other group is getting just torched, you and the town guard are able to clear the rest of the civilians, the denizens, out of the way. And as you finish up, that's when you see like the big disbursement, the big like from the other town guards. One's like, I'm on fire, and like drops into the water of the lake.
Yeah,
the group of guards with you just kind of looks at you like, what do we do now?
Well, we always said in the Fleetcheeks tree, if it's black, you gotta look bigger than it, and if it's a brown bear, you gotta run away, and if it's a metal bear that breathes fire, you run away maybe even faster.
Metal bear, solid.
But I think in this case, we need to do something to protect these poor folks, and I'm gonna pull out my bow. And start attacking.
All right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So just pop off your bow. Any special combat move you want to take, or just want to do the standard?
Yeah. Can I is there any part of the terrifying metal flaming bear that looks weak in any way?
Yeah.
I have a better question. Is there any rigging in this shipyard kind of like above it or anything?
You do see something hoisted up, attached to the building Blitz was on previously. That's right now you're between the bear and it, so not like directly above the bear, but like if you could lead it back a ways, there'd be like there's just like a big net with crates, what I mean?
Perfect. Yeah. I'm gonna see that, and it's gonna like light up in my vision, and I'm gonna start kind of doing like a hey bear kind of thing as I like back towards it.
Okay. Let's see. That's not, oh, so the basic moves are here. That's it. There's not really a taunt.
Oh yeah, what would I do to roll
Let's
for
say-
that?
I'm trying to figure a roll. I think you're gonna have to hit it with like it's not gonna.
Okay,
So
yeah,
you can
I'll
still you can still do your bow.
fire
attack,
a little arrow at it. Yeah.
And that to really get its attention. And
Sure.
that combat move is called, or weapon move. Do you have any specific like?
I
Oh,
have a
sorry.
trick shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you could definitely take a trick shot when that's so when you fire a clever shot designed to take advantage of the environment, any range. Oh, I see. And then
That was my
So-
plan originally, but I gotta get it under the thing. So
yeah, you can either do a trick shot or a target someone, which would just do like normal, whatever
Yeah,
your weapon's damage is.
I'll
So
just-
with the bear, what I'll say you kind of see is it is all like construct. It's a construct, right?
Mhm.
There's definitely like metal plating armor on like the major parts, but they're plates, right? So there's every time it moves, you see like the joints are exposed, and you can see the gears and stuff, and like in the
Yeah.
shoulder and here and the wrist, like the neck, various parts. So there's definitely parts you could aim towards that would
that's I would love to
take
try to
more
get
harm
the
than
arrow
others,
like wedged right in there in between some of the gears.
Yeah, so let's do it. So honestly, I'll leave it to you. If you want to do a trick shot, totally works. Or otherwise, just do target someone.
Is it the same roll?
They are both a finesse roll. So yes.
Cool. I got a 9.
Which one are we doing?
I'll just do I'll try a trick shot to get the arrow stuck in between some gears.
Okay, absolutely. So you kind of like, let's play this out. So you see the bear. You see it's menacing, right? Devastating these town guards. You do sort of like a quick roll so that you can get on the right side of it. And you kind of just like glean an open spot, like right in the neck, right?
Mhm.
And your shot goes off. You use one of the town guard's shields as like a little ricochet, and it just gets right in where it needs to. So from the trick shot move, you get to take two of those 4 options, since we rolled a 9.
Excellent. I would like to choose my shot lands in any target of your choice within range, even if it's behind cover or hidden, so it like wedges deep up in those gears. Your shot cuts something, breaks something, or knocks something over. I think it breaks some of the basically like the movement of, I'll say, like one of its like claws.
Yeah. Dope.
And
Yeah.
I will say it distracts an opponent as well, and maybe provides an opportunity for Rankle, who's right near it.
You get it. You only get to take 2 of them.
Oh, I thought I got to take 3. Sorry.
3
Never
on a
mind.
10 or 10 plus.
Those are the 2 I take then.
The first 2.
It breaks something and lands in any target of my choice, unless it would
I'll say-
already land.
I'll say the first one is already a given.
Okay, cool.
The bear
Then
isn't behind cover or anything. Maybe like the gears are, but
yeah.
we already established they were already exposed for you to shoot at. So
Excellent.
the second 2 would work. It cuts something, so exactly like you just rip through some of the connecting. You like you see like gears spill out
Yeah.
as your arrow hits, and then you do indeed distract the bear as you see it sort of like slowly, and like you hear like a kind of a clicking noise as it turns its attention towards you and then rearranges and starts like pawing. But you see that kind of one of the 4 paws is dragging a little bit, like it's having trouble moving it.
Beatrice does like a quiet like,
Or-
yes.
Let me go ahead and take that into account. Up on the ship, let's take inventory of the situation. Rankle, you've got Carlota. The other 2 have Regina, Blitz, spear to the face, Felix knife to the throat, holding her from behind. The 3 remaining rough bones take, when everything like goes nuts, they sort of like, they take an opportunity, they draw weapons as well, but they back up. And Regina, again, it's like, sounds like you might need to help your friend. Who knows what'll happen down there.
So where is the bear exactly? Where did it come from? And we're all
No,
okay, right? We haven't lost our grip on our captors in the mayhem or fallen over or anything.
I thought of that, but no.
Okay. I just wanted to check because I know it was a little bit chaotic at the end of the last session, so I just wanted to see where we're at. But where is the bear right now? Like, what is it threatening immediately?
On the docks. So you're up in the ship.
Okay,
it's
so
on
it's
the docks
not
below, and it's not where you were at. So you felt it burst out of the ship, like it just Kool-Aid Man'd out the front of the ship.
Got it.
Landed on the dock. So yeah, you're
and
up
I
there.
have Regina, right?
You do still, like, yeah, we'll say that
okay.
the whole deck was jostled quite a bit, like it was like shaking, but you all managed to hold in place. Your resolve is that fierce, we'll say. Interestingly enough, you do not feel like the boat is sinking or anything. And we'll say, kind of circling back, Beatrice, you can see from the docks where the bear jumped from is like high enough in the ship, right, that it wasn't under the waterline or anything. So, but yeah, now you just see like there's a whole exposed like middle deck right there, like some like, no, there's no one peeking out from there. It's just like abandoned, but like it's there, right? Sorry, back to the actual deck.
Yeah, I think Felix is going to sort of like holding his neck up to Regina.
Mm-hmm.
And again, can I see from this distance that it looks mechanical?
You'd have to get up closer, like shift to the like up to the front of the boat to even kind of see it. I think from Rankle, from your position, if you like looked back like this, you'd be able to see what was going on there, but everyone else is like a little further in.
I will move with Regina still at knife point until I can get a good look, and then maybe roll read a 10 situation as I'm trying to like sort of get a lay of the land and figure out like can like Regina do something to stop this? Like, do I have to just abandon this? Like, just get a vibe check.
Absolutely. So it's slow going, right? As you move it, because they had the other rough bones there. They were a wolf and a mouse, and then Tiffany the fox as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's the wrong mirror. When they drew weapons, it's not those two. It's these two. The wolf pulled out this like club, basically just like a big wooden club, is holding it with both hands, and then the mouse is like 2 daggers, was just kind of like, they're like both like keeping their distance, but like keeping pointing them in your direction as you're like slowly creeping back with Regina still restrained, and she's just walking with you. She's like, let's be cool. No, I'm not looking to lose my throat, and then she kind of even like says to the others, like, just be cool, Blitz, what are you doing when this starts happening?
Because they taunted us even after that, right? Like, you want to go help your friend, and like Felix can see it. Felix can immediately recognize the wanton urge to just end Regina's story, not caring if that incites violence from the other two, because in his mind he'll end them just as quickly. And like they see that rage in their eyes, battling with the urge to help people, battling with the urge to find Beatrice and find Rankle and get them in better positions. And they can see their hesitation as the spear in their hand is kind of wavering between Regina and the two that have pulled their weapons out. And I think Blitz just looks at Felix and is like, "What should I do?"
I think Felix sees like a younger version of himself and Blitz in this moment, and sort of sees like the path that he chose sort of flash before his eyes of like what would happen if Blitz just becomes a cold-blooded murderer right now, knows where that ends up, and glances over. Like, I'm assuming at this point I've sort of skirted close enough to get like a sort of partial view of what's going on at the decks. And am I able to see Beatrice down there?
Yeah, what you see, kind of mirroring the moment that Beatrice had on the deck, or on the dock. You're on the decks, she's on the dock. Those are how water works.
We know boats.
We got a diagram in anything.
We got all
We
the
know
boat parts
boats,
covered.
guys.
I learned
There's a whole
the
boat
names of the
diagram.
parts.
We know. Okay.
We know them by the back of our hand. Oh, that's new.
This is
People
a
watch us
positive
for the
stream.
maritime accuracy.
Yeah, for the maritime lore.
Yeah.
Facts. Straight facts. Yeah, so you're able to look down, while still holding your knife to Regina's throat. And I think you and Rankle are now kind of side to side. So you've got Regina, he's got Carlota, who's just like not even worried, right? She's kind of like chuckling to herself as this is going down. But yeah, you turn around and you see the flame, right, that the mechanical bear gives off, scattering the first group of town guards, and then you see Beatrice using her bow to like do that fancy trick shot to get it in the gears right there, and then it like lumbering in her direction. You see it like open its jaw again and then let out another huge mechanical roar. You all hear it. I mean, and even up from the deck, all of you hear the screaming, the roar, the destruction happening, right? The panic. So even if you're not like looking, you know shit's going down.
Beatrice just goes, "Oh dear."
Felix can't hear that from here, but he knows.
There's no deerness somewhere.
There's he can hear it in his mind already. He sees his tiny little red squirrel facing off against this gigantic metal beast, looks over at Blitz and is like, "Go help Beatrice. We got this." And like sort of gestures at Rankle. Like,
oh, it tells Rankle to go help.
No, tells Blitz to go help Beatrice. Like, yeah.
And I think as like that's the confirmation that Blitz needs.
Mm-hmm.
The help he needed. He takes a deep breath and he immediately rushes towards the bear to get in its eye line, to be a distraction, to get it away from Beatrice's sightline. He wants to be the distraction instead of Beatrice. To like fly in its face, turn it around, confuse it, look for a way in, etc., etc. Be the flying nuisance he can be.
Maybe this needs a roll, but is there any way to see if someone is like controlling the bear? Like, is there someone in it? Is it a Gundam bear?
Felix thinks it's a real bear at this point because I'm so far away.
Yeah, bears.
I'm like, oh damn, we gotta
fire.
Yeah, they breathe fire.
They breathe fire. They let
I've never seen a bear before.
They breed nails and gears.
Are bears like
bear
mythical
stuff.
creatures, kind of, in our world?
I think so.
Did we not?
So bears are real in the world
Yeah.
of Root. However, they are reclusive. They're rare, right? So it is within the realm of reality that there are denizens that don't even believe they're real because they're like,
Right.
who's seen a bear?
They're like
Right.
the Skyrim dragons of the
Right.
forest.
Right.
Kind of, yeah. They're in that size range. We'll say the things that are questionably real. Some denizens would be like, a deer from the stories.
That's
child.
silly.
Okay, sure.
But I do want to rewind a sec because I believe we missed a move. Felix wanting to
Yes, I did want to read a tense situation.
read
So
the
let me
tense
roll
situation.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
that would answer that.
Sick. I did roll well. I got 9 on the die, plus I have 1 in cunning, so 10.
Look at that. You rolled very well.
Nice.
So,
Nice, are redeeming themselves.
oh yeah, because last time we were.
We
not
need
the
it
best.
this
Last time I
time.
could not roll. Okay, so ask
Yeah.
3 questions. I guess instead of asking one of these questions, can I ask about the bear specifically? Okay, so the options for read a tense situation are: what's my best way out and through? Who or what is the biggest threat? I feel like I don't need to ask that. Who or what is most vulnerable to me, and what should I be on the lookout for? A giant bear. And then the last one is who is in control here. I'm gonna ask who is in control here to see, like, is the bear just on its own, or like does it look like suspicious, or does its behavior look like methodical, like not like a wild beast?
I will say yes to the second. It does seem methodical. And one thing that may confirm your suspicion that, or I guess you're not the one suspicious, that's people in there. You thought it was a real bear for a sec. But what you can see
I'm
from
trying
your
to figure out
vantage
what's
point-
going on at all.
Yeah, what you can see from up top, from where you are up deck, as you take a quick glance and examine this bear, is you see a hatch on the top of it, like on the back part of it. You know, it's got your classic cartoony submarine hatch, right? It's a little hemisphere, half dome with like a little handle wheel, steering wheel. No,
Yeah, like a hatch wheel, like a bank vault wheel type
locks it, yeah.
situation.
Totes. I know things and how they work.
Um,
So yeah, to answer your earlier question, it may indeed be a Gundam bear.
I knew it.
And that's what it looks like.
hell yeah.
And there were those two. Maybe I'm giving away too much here. But those were the previous two Marquise operatives, the ones that had temporarily kidnapped Beatrice, are still not in sight anywhere.
Ooh. Sick.
You are reading the situation, so we'll say you read that with it.
We'll
And
say that's one of my questions, is that information. Because I
That could've
think
been
they'll.
who's in control here. Who's in
Yeah,
control of this bear? We'll say it's those two.
those two were missing. Yeah. And then I will also
Clem
ask
and Tangerine.
Clem and stop it. They're cute. Now I don't want to murder them.
That's so cute. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
but I
They're trying to
did.
burn innocent denizens, and their names are Clem and Tangerine. Are you kidding me? I hate this game, but I love it. And then I wanted to also ask, what is my best way? I guess not what is my best way through, but like, what is the best way through so that I can share information with Blitz as he's heading down to help Beatrice, because of our relationship. When I share information after reading a tense situation, we both benefit from +1 for acting on the answers. Because we work together.
I'd say it would really just take a quick shout as he's leaving, right? So you're like, Blitz,
Yeah.
the hatch. That means there's people. There's
Exactly.
there's someone in there, something like that. And so that was the 3. Cool.
Yeah.
That's what you get. So then Blitz swoops in. You hear this, so now you know there are possibly 2, 1, maybe more, right? Denizens in there controlling this thing from its size. I think 2 is the right guess. I know.
If everyone had to guess a number,
Put them in there.
too.
If someone had to guess, it'd be me, the person.
Someone had to
who put them
guess.
in.
If someone who
Yeah.
maybe designed this combat had to guess.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Blitz, we'll say, probably not even a roll for your move. You just fly in front of it, right in
Yeah.
front of the bear. It
Yeah.
gets your. How about this? you fly close enough that you see through its eyes. Like the eyes are kind of like big and large, and you get close, you see they're like circular. They're not very bear-like.
Right.
And with your spectacular vision as an ornate eagle hawk, you see that they're kind of telescopic. Like there's something, on the other end, and you look, and you indeed see like two Marquis operatives, we'll say, in there. They got classic, like goggles, and they're wearing jumpsuits. One of them, they're like pulling gears and twisting things and pushing. It's like a bop it in there, but on the walls,
Right.
But yeah, you're able to see that. It's like,
yeah.
Because, and I will say it's because you were looking for it, because you got the tip off from Felix.
Yeah. With this, he sees them. Almost smugly. He waves at them, hanging on the eye, jumps off, does like a backflip because he can, and then let me ask this, Sabina. Would you want to come with me into the bear?
I would love to come with you into the bear.
Cool.
It's been my dream.
Cool, amazing. Could I pick Beatrice up, and then we get on the back of this thing, and that would be my move, or next turn, or is distracting the thing, or is getting the bear's attention my move?
I'll say for now, yeah. And then Beatrice, you had a role you were possibly wanting to do. I forgot.
No, not
like,
at the
it
moment.
It might be a role, and then I've trailed off because we.
I was asking about people piloting the. That was my. Yeah.
So there we go. Yeah. Yep. It all worked out. So yeah, we'll say.
Blitz, hey. Like, yeah. Blitz, I'm so glad that you're okay.
And then just whoosh it up.
Correct.
And we'll come back.
The fear of every small animal.
Yeah.
Picked up by a bird, but this is the one time where it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're going inside the bear. Okay.
We have to get rid of the pilots. Once we get rid of the pilots, we can stop the bear. Stop the bear, we win.
That could be a Fleetcheeks saying right there.
It's an honor.
Let's so as you're swooshing up, let's twist the other direction over to Rankle. You've been standing there with a sword to a throat for quite a while.
Yeah. No, Rankle's been here for like 2 hours at this point, just watching his friends.
Swooping and all their shit.
So seeing that Blitz is now heading down towards Beatrice, he's feeling better about that situation. Seeing Felix still holding his knife to Regina, Rankle's going to kind of take the tip of his sword and push it a little bit farther into Carlotta's throat, and just look at her, just say, "It doesn't have to end like this. Stop it now. I'll walk away. No more bloodshed."
It's a wild animal in there. Out there. I'd heard the stories. A clearing ravaged by a bear. Denizens taken in the middle of the night. How would I stop that?
I'm not worried about the bear. Blitz and Beatrice are more than capable. Get your crew up here.
Yeah, and as you say that, it's like you mentioning the crew. You look up, and like some of the soldiers that were up here affected by your soup smoke bomb, gas bomb, tear gas, soup gas,
and
lentils. They're closing in, as well as the rough bones on the two of you and your two captives. So
Rankle's gonna kind of
standoff,
turn his direction towards them, still kind of holding his sword, kind of positioning himself in a way where he can address the rest of the crew, and just say, "Do you really want to die for the choices of others? Truly, this is worth your life?"
Let us take a... Yeah, this sounds right. a persuasion roll. When you persuade an NPC with promises or threats, roll with charm. Unless you have a specific playbook move that might.
No, Rankle does not. Luckily, he's.
Okay.
I'd like to help with this roll.
Okay.
Rankle is my friend, so I can mark 2 exhaustion to give you a +2.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I think I'm gonna help by like just like making like also like putting the dagger like a little bit closer and like looking at the rough bones.
Yep.
And just saying like just like backing him up with that threat. Like Felix will he wants to kill Regina, is holding himself back from killing Regina, and I think he lets that show like very visibly, and that's how I'm helping.
That sounds good. Go ahead and don't mark exhaustion yet. Let's see what the roll is.
See how it goes. Yeah.
If you don't need it, but like that's still good. You're still doing that. Yeah. Like,
okay. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie. Even with the help, it's gonna be a fail because I rolled 2 1s.
No, not 2 1.
Yeah. So
wait. What's your +2 to charm?
Only 1.
So it's a 5
you
total.
Make it to a 5. So even if we got another one with something else, it wouldn't.
So go ahead and don't burn the exhaustion because it's not gonna get you over the. That's what I like about the help rule here. It's like only you can do it after the roll because otherwise. Sorry, you just lost in exhaustion.
Rankle still has like chunks of soup stuck between his teeth and on his fur, so he's really difficult to take seriously
suddenly
right now.
The soup is working against you for once.
I feel like it's like that Always Sunny scene where you think you're giving like an amazing speech and like the sun is behind you, and then it cuts to the reality. There's just like soup dripping down. Just mumbling into the soup.
No one heard you.
Okay, so what does happen though is you're giving him the opportunity to back up, right, and then Regina and Carlota, I guess y'all can't see this, but they like look at each other, like they side eye each other, and you hear Carlota like you feel her nod her head forward, and she she lets out a whistle, and then she smacks. Screen just went blank.
Yeah, it just said we went offline.
Okay, it looks like we are.
I think we're back now.
Yeah, give me one moment here.
And we're back. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, we look back.
Yeah, I think we're back. Yeah. Sorry, my internet I think just paused for a brief moment there.
It is what
it couldn't take the drama. I was like,
too much.
Yeah.
It's because you crit failed.
Right.
Mm.
So that happens.
Just your luck.
And yeah, it's too fun not to. Regina, like from like her sleeve or something, just a bunch of like ball bearings or tiny little roller balls like escape, and Felix, you start to like lose your footing, and she like just with the big distraction, and she like slips out of your hold, but as she pulls her sword, she doesn't back away. She's like right up in your face with it. What was that about bloodshed? Carlota says.
Felix smiles, kind of relieved, because he didn't want to just slit Regina's throat.
Mm-hmm.
So he just attacks.
Dope.
Regina.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like, okay, I get to fight you. Perfect.
Do you have any specific move you'd like to take, or are we just doing a melee, like engaging in melee?
Engaging in melee, possibly just engaging in melee. I do have parry, but I don't know I don't think that would work if she's not like attacking me, if she's just slipping away from me. Parry says when you try to parry the attacks of an enemy at close range, mark exhaustion to roll with finesse. On a hit, you consume their attention. And then
If
there's some
if
other
you'd
stuff that
like.
happens.
If you would like to parry, we can say she swings at you first, and then you can use it, or you can just attack her.
I mean, either one. I think. I think I just attack her because she's getting away.
Yeah.
So
She gets away.
yeah.
You're quick enough to just start. Let's do it. So it is engage in melee. When you engage an enemy
Yes.
in melee at close or intimate range, we'll say you're close. She backs up enough that it's not
Yeah.
face to face anymore, right? Roll with might on a hit, trade harm, or if you have a fancy weapon that lets you roll with something else instead, do that.
Yes, my dagger allows me to use quick to mark exhaustion to roll with finesse instead of might. So I'm going to do that.
Absolutely.
Mark exhaustion. Yes. Okay, 8 plus 3, 11.
Perfect. So you pick 3 of the options there. Sorry, I'm looking at the move. Okay, yes, I will. Okay, I can pick 3. Okay, inflict serious harm for sure. Okay. Suffer little harm. And I would like to. Do I know enough about sword play to know if I get closer, if it will be harder for her to use her sword? Like if I get to intimate range instead of, because I'm using daggers.
And your dagger has intimate as a range as well.
Let me check.
I feel like it should, but it does. It might not.
Narratively, it should.
Look at that starting equipment.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I don't have it written in my sheet.
Oh, it
so
does.
I need to
No,
check.
it
Okay.
automatic. It by default comes with intimate and close range.
I thought so.
To answer your question, yes, because
Yeah.
sword is is close range. It is not intimate. It's too big.
Yeah.
Too unwieldy.
So I will shift to stay closer to her, so it's a little bit harder for her to hit me.
Gotcha. So she slips out. You immediately react, swinging in with your dagger. She's able to like whip around, but not quickly enough. You get a good like punch into her, or maybe like you slice at her. But you notice as you do that, so the 3 of them, the rough bones that were wearing the demon masks before, had like this, like robe or whatever on over it, or wearing these like, like spooky robes or whatever with their hoods up and everything. As you attack, you can tell that she's got some sort of armoring on underneath it. So you can feel it sort of absorb some of the blow. She tries to respond with her own, and she swings like a rather nasty looking knife at you. It's got like, I don't know. Ooh, it's one of those like long dagger with the little brass knuckle thing in there, and then the whatever on the bottom, the big point. She comes in, but slips on her own little ball bearings that she set out as a, to get out of your grasp, and so you take 1 harm, reduced by your take little harm. So if you have wear to absorb that, you can, or otherwise it's injury.
I have a bunch of daggers, so I'll use it. Can I mark? Oh no, that's only for armor, right? So never mind.
It would have to be like a leather armor, breastplate, a shield, or something. But yeah. Well, interesting. Funny you should ask about the dagger. You could use it with your parry move, actually.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to parry and then take the damage on the dagger instead, you could do that.
Okay, I could try that because I have stolen so many daggers at this point that even if I mark, they can't take a lot of wear, but I have a lot of them. Okay, I rolled 7 on the dice, but then it's plus my finesse, right? Or is it plus might? Oh no, it's roll with finesse.
Yeah, you mark exhaustion, roll finesse.
Okay, so then that would be plus 10. So I get all 3. So I inflict morale or exhaustion harm, GM's choice, disarm them when their weapon is out of hand but in reach, and I don't suffer harm.
Okay, so we'll negate the last harm. Normally I
Okay.
don't think I'd double these up like this, but
yeah, I feel like it's kind of one or the other usually, but
yeah, it is, but you know, it's exciting.
but I didn't get to parry before, so
so yeah, you will inflict one of those 2 harms. We'll say disarmed, and then yeah, as Regina's like slash comes in, you just kind of like use your dagger and like get in there and like quickly enough
block it
away, and then disarm. Yeah, so her dagger just clatters on the ground. It's further, it like goes behind her, and then at the same time you with your melee, you move into intimate range and you're there. Flip side of that, Rankle, how do you respond now that Carlota's out of your grasp and
Rankle
fighting with Regina?
Rankle just kind of looks around, taking in the situation, and he kind of sighs for a moment, and he reaches up towards the brooch that holds his cloak shut. It's just like this bronze piece of cheese, like a cheese ball. He kind of unclips it and lets his heavy cloak just kind of fall to the boat ground. And you just kind of hear his back kind of popping and cracking as he kind of stretches it out. Got his sword drawn.
Absolutely.
And seeing Felix go at it, he's going to go ahead and engage in melee with Carlota here.
With Carlota, absolutely. Let's do it. Go ahead and roll with that might.
Okay. No how. Okay, that is going to be a 7.
Okay. So then it looks like, how many is it? You get 1, is that right? Yeah, 7 or 9. Pick one of those 4 options as you come in.
Well, we're going to inflict some serious harm.
Absolutely. So yeah, you come in with extra serious attack, extra vicious attack, we'll say, right? So you're still a little disoriented from like the whole like everything. As you inflict your harm, you see sort of the same as let's just mark it both here and here. Sorry, behind the scenes, folks, don't worry about it. As you go to slash, you notice that her big captain's like piratey cloak or whatever, similar to Regina, there's something in there. This doesn't have a lot of give. It resists, so you kind of like slash it up, but she doesn't seem to have taken any hurt herself. And then she it takes that opportunity to back up a ways. She's still in close range, but not like face to face. And then she just pops up her hand crossbow. You notice it's a little different than other ones that you've seen, to where like the actual grip, the handle is like extended, like there's something underneath here, and she quickly fires a bolt at you, and one like from somewhere, another one like loads immediately. She fires a second. They both come at you. You take 2 injury.
Oof.
Or if you've got the armor to absorb it, you can mark 1 for 1 with wear.
He does not have the armor, so nope. 2 injury it is. Okay.
Yeah, and as that happens, she like tosses it aside, and then raises her sword. It's like, now where were we? And real quick, we're gonna shift down to Blitz in midair, carrying Beatrice, swirling around a mechanical bear, which is still like on a tear, right? It's still roaring and terrorizing the town guards, who are now, after the first group was like, they're kind of wary to advance. You're hearing Amelia barking orders, croaking orders. She is a frog, croaking orders, like, what are you afraid of? Let's save this clearing. And you can see her like grab her 2-handed sword, like I guess she'd already unsheathed it a while ago. And then she just starts charging in, as one of the groups of guards will say, the group that was hanging back with you, Beatrice, before, not the scattered group. You see them kind of like regain a little of their muster, and they all start, like Carlotta included, starts spreading out and surrounding the bear. Like each has like a sword and like a spear that they're with, right? But y'all are right above this whole sitch.
Just spiral down and draw until we are on the back of this thing. We get to the hatch and just try to open it from our end. I'm not sure if it's going to take a check to do, but Blitz is immediately just trying to, with all his might, just pull on this thing to like open it up. To get inside.
Yeah, give me let's take a might roll.
No.
We're both so good at that.
I'm rolling. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Where's my dice roller? Right there. It is. It is a 9.
Sick.
Not bad. That is a 9 from me.
Absolutely.
Does that open? Open sesame.
So, yeah, you it's like you strain with it for a bit, right, and it starts to give, and you start getting a little but as you're doing that, you feel an arrow whiz by you, like almost hitting you, and you can see now that second group of Marquise soldiers that was down on the dock, like they were the ones guarding the sailors that were unloading the stuff, like, you know, from here to here. They're starting to move in to join the fray, and one of them is like just got a bead right on you as the rest go in to start engaging with the town guard.
Right. I think just getting whizzed by, because of my nature, because I'm a throw changes to the wind, son of a bitch. I'm gonna keep trying to open this thing up, regardless of being aimed at. Okay,
we'll say I'm gonna play this a little weird to get it open in time before the dude gets close. The soldier, the baddie.
Yes,
that's objective. Gets in to start inflicting injury. It'll cost an exhaustion.
Cool.
Otherwise, you can do it at the regular pace. And
I'm cool. I'm ready for exhaustion. I'm good with spending some exhaustion to get this thing open.
Yeah, you open her up, look inside, and then there's those two again. What do we say? Fox and rabbit.
Fox and rabbit.
Yeah, inside. The rabbit, Clem, she's got her ears tied back, kind of like in a ponytail, you know, to like fit in there, and looks up. And she's like, "You're not supposed to be there."
And then immediately just, I'm not sure if that's my turn, but he just looks at Beatrice and it's like, "After you."
Yeah, Beatrice, you're up here too.
Oh, hey, it's you guys from the kidnapping. I'm gonna, let's see. Are they like, how tight is it in there?
It looks pretty tight. There's like from where you are, there's like a ladder that leads, you know, it's a full flight of stairs in there. Pretty spacious.
Yeah,
you really can't get this kind of square footage for this price anywhere else. Anyway,
pretty good.
Lofted bed saves you space. $2,500 a month. Real estate in Gramble's log has just been through the roof. It's the war. You think one more denizen, one more creature could fit down in there and then just be at intimate range with both of them. Like, you'd just be stuffed in there. They don't even have like chairs or stools or anything. They're like standing. You can see from there that there are like pedals down to, like, that they're like they keep pressing on, and like various, you know, etc. It's like Joe working in that button factory. All of the things, all of the time.
Okay. I will jump down with kind of like a paw around both of them. Like we're buds.
Like you buds.
Like we're buds. And I'll be like, you two should probably get out of here, because Blitz up there, well, he's got a whole bunch of explosive materials, and we're going to blow this bear up. And I'm going to lie and try to use my good advice.
And it works too, because I do have a bandolier of bombs.
Oh,
on
you
my
do?
person.
Perfect. Okay, there you go.
But they're smoke bombs for all intents and purposes.
Perfect.
What? Sorry, is good advice a movie you have?
Yes.
Or you just like call
when you offer an NPC advice about a sticky situation, offer them the best advice you've got. I don't know if that counts. And roll with cunning.
My friend has bombs. You should leave.
Yeah.
It's pretty sound advice.
You should get out of here. Yeah, let's hope. And a hit. They see the okay. Yeah, let's roll with cunning.
Cool. Oh, okay. I got an 8.
Okay, so on a 7 through 9, you let something about your own plans or allegiances slip as you try to help them out. On a miss, the advice angers or I was just say that the fact that you're gonna blow it up is what you let slip.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, they both, one of them and then the other, they just start like climbing the ladder in a frenzy, right? And they both abandon ship, we'll say.
Good to see ya. Bye.
They don't like that.
And then I will turn my attention to the controls of the bear.
Yeah, let's keep this going. What do you do while you're in there?
Oh,
like,
cool.
What's our plan of action?
See, I took disable device and not use device as one of my
no bear
sheets.
is better than someone else getting it. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm looking. I agree. No bear is better than bad bear. So I'm just gonna try to turn this thing off. I'm gonna look for the big off lever.
All right, let's do that roguish feat. Let's roll it.
Okay. How do I roll for that?
It's finesse.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, well, I got a 6.
Could Blitz help in some way? Or no, because he already took his turn.
No, you can help. You mark an, if you jump in, mark an exhaustion. You
know I gotta exhausted. You know I gotta do it to him. And if I don't even if I could make a roll, I would roll luck. To just hit a bunch of buttons at once at random and hope that worked. So that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that turns you into 7. You all you look around, and most of the levers and things look regular to you, right? But you do notice in the forward position, we'll say the one closer, whoever wouldn't be the butt if this was a horse costume, you know, there's a big red button, a big green button. And so you hit the red one, and then you feel this thing just sort of like slow down, and you just feel a slump, right? Like it just drops like the torso onto the ground on the dock, right? And then you like feel like another kind of jostling, and it moves again. You hear like another like kind of like big thump, like you hear multiple ones on the sides. From the outside, what this looks like is the bear just completely like gears stopping, deactivating, blah, 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 and then all four legs of it just completely detach and fall off.
That's a free fall.
This was a mixed result. The flip side is the 2 technicians that rolled out. One of them grabs, I guess you can't see this, but it's happening. One of them grabs like one of the bear paws as they're out, and it like just grabs it and then like kind of splits it, and now has like these metal
gauntlets.
Whatever
gauntlets.
so
Yeah, that's a good.
badass.
Air gauntlets. I know. I wish they weren't our enemy because that's cool as hell.
It's cool. It's so
They're
cool.
like they're so cool. They have cool names. They have like a cool rabbit ear.
Their names are Clem and
hairstyle.
Tangerine,
Oh my
and now they
God.
have bear gauntlets. I'm
Ugh.
rooting for them.
Yeah.
One of them has the
Oh.
gauntlets. The other one is able to like grab the head and then take out the flamethrower part, like kind of like attaches it to like a
Oh.
thing on their forearm, and then also grabs like a blade out of there. And you hear them, thanks for putting it in backup mode. Get out of there.
I think we might have made this actually more effective as a weapon than it was before.
Yeah, like what the big parts? Let's have the detachable parts be the weapons. What are we doing here? Are they just pointing down at us, or like are they like at us?
So you're still in? No, they're fully on the dock.
Mhm.
So they're not on top of it, but they're outside of it. They're just outside of it yelling at you.
Right.
Well, it's
And-
just like nothing now, right? We might
It's
as well
just-
climb out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dead in the water.
Hey, but we disabled it and it fell apart, so then the soldiers can focus on those two as
Yeah.
they transform into different people. Cool. Awesome.
As they
Fantastic.
cannibalize this bear for parts.
Immediately, like seconds after its destruction, they were like, fix it up. Quick.
Good
Those two are-
design.
those two are
Yeah,
quick.
modular.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm sure people on the ship are not happy about this, but we'll see how they act when they do.
How much money they put in that?
It's
You
a lot.
hear Clem the rabbit start yelling, "Get some!" And you hear like
Oh
a
no.
flame going off. From up on the deck, how are we doing? We're both facing off. We've got Carlotta, we've got Regina. The crew has backed up. Like they're not jumping in to get involved, right?
Interesting.
But ¿cómo se dicen? What are they called? The rough bones. They don't give a shit. They immediately come to Regina's aid.
Mhm.
The wolf. Sorry, I have to tell you, their names are Crackling Jack and Dagger.
Oh my god.
The wolf is
Ah, making
The
them
mouse is
so
Dagger.
good.
They start running in your direction. They don't quite reach you fully, but Dagger,
They'll
the mouse,
be
is
there.
just boss, and then just like tosses two blades. Regina catches them and then has them as you're like moving into your intimate
Mhm.
range, and then Crackling Jack just like comes in and is swinging a rope with like not like a full size ship anchor, but a yay sized one, and is just like not even running and is walking towards you, just swinging it, getting a little bit closer. And I'll say before they reach you, yeah, you got an opportunity to do a thing.
Cool. I think I look over at Rankle in this moment to get a vibe check on like, are we gonna stand and fight together, or do we want to book it? Just make quick eye contact with Rankle real quick.
Yeah, you see Rankle. He's engaged with. I guess not. He's just pushed off Carlotta, and you do see like two crossbow bolts
Yeah.
wedged in him as she's like, tossing aside her hand crossbow and just has her fancy swashbuckling sword.
Yeah, you would see Rankle, like, he just straight up looks fucking pissed off at this point. You see him very much obviously reaching for one of the bolts, getting ready to just kind of rip it out of himself. He does not look like he's going anywhere right now.
Sick. Okay, then I will keep fighting.
From
yeah.
some part of the deck, you hear this kind of cracking seagull-y voice. The doc is still up here. Dr. Ned.
Your friend.
He says it just to Rankle's like, "You're gonna need some leeches in those wounds, my boy." But then he just like flies off. He's like, "I'm out," leaving his rabbit assistant behind, holding his big medical bag and the backpack of supplies as well.
We didn't do all the dialogue options to get him as a NPC
Ally.
partner. Yeah.
Right. Just gives you some good advice. But yeah.
Yeah, seeing Rankle also extremely pissed off. And also we could hear the bear sort of shut down and fall apart. So I feel confident that, you know, the kids are going to be all right. So if the two olds die, Felix is fine with that. I think Rankle can get out. So he thinks Rankle can get away. He has faith in Rankle, so he's just gonna keep attacking. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I will. Yeah, just use my dagger again.
Okay, so we're still engaging in melee.
Yes, using quick, so marking another exhaustion.
Perfect.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, maybe I won't because I rolled terribly. So I think I missed. So I rolled. I rolled a 3, and I have 3 in finesse, so it's a 6. How can I use depletion to help me in some way by like pulling like a dirty trick or pulling something out of my pocket to trip her up or something? If not, that's totally fine. I'll just take the miss.
Let's negotiate here. What remind me, what roguish feats do you have?
I have acrobat. Okay, I just took acrobatics and used device because I was worried about the bear. And then I have sneak, sleight of hand, pick, lock, and hide. So maybe sleight of hand,
I would say,
or acrobatics might be.
I'd say you could pull off an acrobatics move to say like jump back somehow and then end up back to back with Rankle, so that you're no longer surrounded by the rough bones, and you know you've got his back. And if that's successful, we'll say you do get the +1 on your roll and it boosts you to a 7.
Okay, so roll acrobatics to see if I can pull it off.
Just because it's awesome.
Yeah. Felix is a flippy acrobatic old man. Ooh, I rolled really well on that one. That's 10 plus 3, 13.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to, we'll say like you kind of lunge in and you feint an attack, right? To Regina, and then you get her. She flinches and kind of backs up, and then you use that opportunity to like kick off. You flip like Tony Hawk like 3 times in the air, and then land back to back to Rankle. So you're now like facing in, but you still got the rest of the baddies kind of on either side of you. Rankle, at this point, you can mark an exhaustion to help turn that 6 into a 7.
Perfect. Yep. Do it.
Oh, thank you. Okay, and then yeah, in the same vein of being reckless and vicious, I will use my pick 1 for engage in melee to inflict serious harm. So I'll take all the damage from this one.
Okay, so then not the map. I don't need the map. So Regina comes in. What are we at? Okay. We'll say like you get her to flinch, but as you jump, she knows what you're doing, so she's able to move in, and then daggers start like flashing, sparks are flying off. But with Rankle behind you, you're safe from being 100% surrounded. You're just like mostly. Regina not having her fancy dagger anymore, but now still having to, she's able to like swipe in, and you take it'll be 2 injury again. But then she also, you do major, or you inflict serious harm,
serious harm +1.
As she's going in, but overestimates herself or underestimates you as you just plunge your dagger in under the old ribs comes up, and then you see her like her eyes go wide as she slumps down and drops to the deck. At this point, I forgot all about Tiffany. Tiffany's with the other.
Oh
rough
my
bones.
god, Tiffany then seeks vengeance.
We'll say, Tiffany was the one that fired the bow. That got, Rankle. So she's a bit further back, but she yells to the other two. She's like, "Get Regina!" And then she looks up at the two. She goes, "You, Felix, let us take her, and we're out of here. Marquis's on their own." And then she notches another bow. She's like, "Only offer."
I should roll to see how dumb Felix is right now.
What do we? We trying to figure
So-
someone out? We trying to?
Yeah, he's so angry and bitter. Yeah, maybe I'll roll figure someone out.
So yeah, unless you have a better playbook move, but I think thief.
No, I think that's-
thief and shit moves.
Yeah. Figure someone out makes sense. Oh, I'm rolling well now. Okay. That is a 10 plus 1, 11.
Okay, so you get 3 hold, and you interact with them. Spend 1 hold for 1 to ask the player a question.
Cool.
I'm the player.
Yeah. So are they really gonna leave are they telling the truth?
Is your character telling the truth? Yes.
Yeah.
Tiffany is telling the truth. You know, from her reaction, also from your experience with them, for some goddamn reason, these rough bones are fiercely loyal to Regina. So you know that they would
Do anything to save her.
claw their way across this deck to try to save her life. Yeah.
How
Well,
could
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, finish your thought.
I guess the larger stuff is the rough bones are so bad. They've done so many horrible things to Blitz and
on a personal level, Felix
Yeah.
hates their guts and would love to just let Regina die. But also Felix is jaded and knows when the odds are stacked against them, and it looks pretty stacked against us, at least on the deck of the ship right now, because we're definitely outnumbered, and
It's
we
not
have the
looking
Marquis
great.
to deal with.
the bear
So-
flamethrower's not going good on the ground.
Yeah. So it's looking a little desperate. So I'm also gonna ask, how could I get Tiffany to do anything to call off the Marquise? Or is abandoning them the most that they're able to do?
They wouldn't be able to do anything to call off the Marquis since they're the hired guns here.
They're the hired help,
swords.
right?
There's a possibility you could get them to turn on the Marquis.
Okay. Then I will say, I'll just use my last question to ask, how could I get your character to turn on the Marquise?
I'm sorry, what was the second one? I don't.
It was sort of the same thing. I think I was sort of asking, how could I get your character to do something more than just leave?
Got it. Money. It's always about money for them. You know, if you were able to offer up a big enough pot, right?
Sick.
Mechanically speaking,
I think
it'd be a persuade roll.
Cool.
Or
I'm going
if you don't have the loot, it would actually be a trick. So one's cunning.
Well, actually, I think that Felix does have the loot, because he's gonna hold up the dagger that he stole from the Marquise's cabin.
Oh, right.
And
it's very pricey.
Yeah, and sort of flip it around in his paws and say, "I'll do you one better. You help us take care of these cats, and we'll let you take all the loot." And hold up the dagger and say, "I don't have a lot of time, but I did get this from Carlotta's quarters. And there's plenty more where that came from."
Over. She goes,
I wink at her.
"My grandmother's dagger."
I spit on the dagger.
But we'll get to her. Oh yeah, no, that makes she's fuming, right? Like steam coming out of her cat ears, like. So yeah, go ahead and roll a persuade. That's with charm, and because of your figure summon out, you get a +1 to that.
Okay, I'm gonna need it.
Take Grandma's dagger. Take it.
Okay, I got 7 on the die. I have 1 to charm and +1, so that's a 9.
That's a 9.
So they might need something else from me.
Like, don't kill Regina. How was that? How's that for a +1?
They look at you and they say, deal. But when this is over, this between us is over. We don't see you ever again. You don't see us ever again. I guarantee that you don't come at us after this.
Fine. I won't come after you. You don't come after us.
Fine, she says as she shoots it. Like she takes the arrow that she had notched pointing at you, points it at one of the Marquis soldiers, just like lets it go right into his back as he falls to the deck. I call the other one Crackling Jack. Starts cracking that sword, pounding them with the anchor. Like they've got shields and they're kind of holding back, but you can tell they're not doing great. Dagger, the mouse, runs forward. Crackling Jack on one of his swings ducks down like this, like ducks forward, like kind of giving himself a little extra distance, but then Dagger jumps off of his back and then just joins the fray, taking on the soldiers behind their back. And Tiffany just yells, "We've got those. We've got these. You take care of the big one." As she's pointing at Catalota.
Felix will take out the fancy dagger, spin it around, and turn to Carlotta and just smiling at her.
So you spin, you smile, Rankle. All of this goes down, and then you're still here.
Rankle was just kind of standing there. At this point, while Felix was doing his negotiating, Rankle was just kind of pulling out the last crossbow, drops it. Seeing Carlota's kind of got her eye on the dagger that Felix is spinning, Rankle's just going to kind of reach into one of his pockets and pull out another mason jar. This one has that special margarita in it from before. Took some of that from the kitchen.
Stop it!
He's going to go ahead and kind of bite the cork on the top, pull it out, and just splash it in Carlota's face to try to confuse her senses.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll. Let's make that roguish.
Hell yes.
All right.
We need a culinary alchemist class.
Soup night.
This move implemented better than this. The soup and then the margarita. Yeah.
That's going to be a 10.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. You toss it. It gets in her eyes. Right, it's like they don't salt the rims at the Laughing Demon. They put the salt in the drink, right? So just stinging, her paws go up to like when a cat like kind of cleaning itself up like that, but panicky, just like I can't, and then she is completely vulnerable. Yeah.
Amazing.
Let's take a pause right there. Let's take a quick 10. Y'all, I know it's very exciting. We're in the middle of all the action, but I promise we'll pick it right back up where we left off. Just want to give everyone a chance. Stretch your legs, grab some water, hive some fives, whatever you got to do. Please.
Make a margarita.
Back when we're back. Right. Hi, hello, and welcome back to Midnight in the Marshes, everyone. I am Miguel again, and these are the vagabonds over this side. Are they this side? Who knows? I don't know how screen works. Where did we leave off? Just a few minutes ago. It was margarita time. Rankle took a days old, maybe day plus old, jar of margarita.
It's just been in his pocket.
Just not even room
everything.
Temp, right? Body temp margarita. Just, and mice run hot. Let's be honest. I don't know if that's true, but sue me, National
Is of
Geographic.
Rankle. That's one hot mouse.
It's true with Rankle. There we go. Right into Duchess Carlotta von Fluffington's face. Yeah, we'll see. She goes, so as she drops her sword, obviously her swashbuckling gem encrusted sword. We'll see. She's a duchess, just like full cat eyes, right? Or not cat eyes, but blinded, disoriented, etc. Rankle, Felix, you've got her cornered. What do we do?
I want to do something tricky with my moves, but I feel like maybe I might just have to attack her and use the advantage, because I'm like, can I use disappear into the dark since she can't see, like come up behind her? But I don't know if that really applies in like a fast-paced combat. That might not be.
Nah, probably not. There's too many eyes on for that to work right now.
Okay, then I will just take advantage of this distraction from Rankle to come in and use the fancy dagger on her, and yeah, try to attack.
No, that's fine. Yeah, she is, because of her condition. You don't even have to roll. She just immediately takes. So she'll take. Yeah, I'm still gonna take it there. So you go in, you go for a good swipe, and as she's like thrashing around, and then you catch the jacket again and rip. You know, like again, it doesn't give like you think it should. But as you finish your swing, you do rip through it and you just like tear like a nice long slit down all the way down to the bottom, and some sort of like thick padding material kind of falls out of it as well as you do. She regains herself a little bit, like, you know, you can see her eyes are still a little blurry, but as you take that swing, as she takes, you know, as her coat is all left up, she removes it. Sorry, I'm gonna rewind this a little bit. You catch her sleeve and rip it like that. So she rips off the sleeves. It just has her big old cat arms.
She is hot, right? I've definitely been picturing her hot.
Yeah, rich and hot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to check.
Like Duchess hot, you know?
Yeah, like Duchess. She has so much
imagination
time.
would betray me.
High maintenance.
Yep.
She has so much time to dedicate to her appearance.
Yes, of course.
And resources.
Yeah, it's easy to be hot when you're rich.
Hot military leader?
easy.
Oh, I love it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they don't have tattoos in the woodland, in the world of Root, right? That'd be kind of weird. Everyone's got fur.
But if they did,
maybe some critters do, right? But some creatures do dye their fur, right? And you see on like Carlota just has 2 of these dye jobs done. One is just like your generic like ship's anchor and a few sparrows right there, right? She's a captain on this ship, and the other one is just what you'd expect, a big heart that says "Mom" on it. But yeah, that's what you see. She undoes these and just like reaches back. 2 dirks, you know, like kind of longerish daggers appear. Rewind, actually. 1, and then she has like a small buckler that she like affixes real quick. She like kind of does that. She's like, bring it. As that happens, we're gonna change our angle a little bit. Look down on the deck where chaos remains to ensue as the bear is down. The town guards and the Marquis soldiers are kind of canceling each other out, right? With the exception of the bare hand gauntlet and flame throwing Marquis operatives. Blitz, Beatrice, you're inside the mechanical bear. Currently, you hear the cacophony of combat outside, right outside of where you are. What are we doing?
We should join them.
Yeah, I think we better get out there.
Just immediately start climbing out.
Yep.
Because I don't know the deal with Regina. I don't know that deal, so I'm Blitz is climbing at the bit to get back to that, and makes it to the top and sees the chaos that is ensuing. Is this about the time where the rough bones start helping, or is it just like before that? Like
they're helping up on the deck. They're taking on the Marquis soldiers that are up there.
What's happening?
Yeah, they tried to recall the two, right? No. I thought she called to them.
Called to
the two that the ones that helped Tiffany
on the
were already
deck.
up on the deck already. So
okay.
There's 4 rough bones total. I guess 5 if you count Larry, but he's in jail.
Right.
Regina's bleeding out. She's a tough old hog. Hedgehog. Groundhog. Not hedgehog. Right, and she's also not that old. She's probably just a bit older than Blitz.
I assumed she was also hot, if that's relevant.
Everyone's hot in our heads.
Yeah.
Everyone's hot. Everyone's
whatever they look like that. Whatever in your head they look like, that's what it is.
But why leave anybody out? You know.
We are making the canon. If we want them to be hot, they're hot.
This is our story. What are we doing?
It's like a Disney Robin Hood situation. You know?
Yeah.
Hundo.
Yeah.
Actually that is how I. That is in
wow,
my head.
100%.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, I love it. Never apologize ever again, Sabina. I love it.
Ever.
Keep it going.
Keep it going forever.
So are they attacking our people or the Marquisette right now?
I swear I thought you were gonna ask, so are they hot again?
Yeah.
Like on a scale.
Yes. Everyone's hot.
I'm sorry. Stop.
No, yeah, you two climb out of the mechanical bear. It's still kind of like twitching a little bit here and there, right? As all of the gears haven't quite come to stop.
But I see Regina bleeding out.
Works. From your angle, the ship is still too tall.
Gotcha.
Right, but you look down, you're like maybe like say 6-7 feet up. This tallish bear, biggish bear.
Gotcha.
But you see 2 things playing out: the town guard, right, and the Marquis soldiers again, just like clashing. Since there's no bear, these are the ones that like started shooting arrows at y'all and shit.
Yeah.
And then the 2 Marquis technicians, operatives, whatever, squaring off with Amelia from the town council and her big ass sword.
Gotcha.
They look fairly even matched because she is
tough. She's tough. I think
the Zangief of France.
Also hot.
Yeah, of course.
If a power bomb or pile driver's not seen, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna go help them even to exceed the odds and start beating those guys. Because they got brave and dismantled this bear quick, and it's like that, and it's like nope, gotta stop that, gotta aid them. So as much as Blitz wants to go join back with Regina, and just he grabs his spear and heads into that battle with the bear, and because he knows that Beatrice has their bow, so they're better up here, so they can do shots and the like. He goes head into melee to exceed the odds, as I have said, and do violence.
Let's do some violence.
Let's do some violence.
It is apparently in my head. I decided it is a good time to point out that there are a bunch of Marquise sailors as well. They are all cowering.
They're cowering.
Non-combatants, right? They're sailors. They're not soldiers. They were hired to, with the ropes and the deck and
boat stuff. As we know, we are
boat
experts
stuff.
in.
We are experts in that.
Boat stuff. TM.
Put up the big net. Get in the little bucket up top and go. That's all the responsibility they had. Yeah.
They're furling and unfurling the sails, probably.
Oh, way to use furl.
Yeah.
Excellent boat terminology.
Yeah.
Perfect use of
the sextants are just all over the place.
Oh my god.
This is a kid's show.
Is good, yeah.
I would like to climb up to the top of the bear as well.
Got it. Blitz, you're swooping in melee style. You have claws and you have flamethrower. Which one would you like?
I think I'm gonna go for flamethrower because that's just a bigger area of effect to want to get rid of.
Gotcha. And I believe that is Tangerine the fox. So yeah,
Tangerine the fox. Okay, let me look at these moves real quick. I want to disarm them. Get it out of their hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. We can try that. Let's go. You just swoop in and then just try to use your spear to
just
knock it out.
Just get it out of there. What do I? Is it a might roll?
It is finesse.
Finesse. Oh, finesse. Ooh, even better. Love that. Oh, that's 9 total.
Okay. You roll with finesse on a hit. They have to they mark 2 exhaustion or lose their weapon. It's well out of reach. So you come in, and as you come in, you get a better eye on it. You notice it's like on a forearm gauntlet. You come in and you smash, just give it a good stab and smash as you swoop by. Tangerine begins to panic. And then just undoes the gauntlet and tosses it aside and then shovels off the backpack they had full of fuel, presumably, right?
Yeah.
Oil. No, not presumably. That's what it was. Yeah, some kind of oil, fuel.
Yeah.
And now it's just completely unarmed. We'll also say they take a morale. They both do. Clem does too because she sees that shit. So yeah, completely unarmed, doesn't have anything on him.
Yeah. So is this harm or exhaustion?
Well, they don't. So they either, the way the move works is they don't actually take any sort of injury. You either disarm them, or if they take 2 exhaustion, they hang on to it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So either way, you get an advantage against them.
Cool.
And if they had taken 2 exhaustion, they would have passed out.
Love that. Well, that's me.
They also took a 1 morale harm as well.
Can I apply the fear? Do they recognize the weapon I'm holding?
They would not.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask because that's a tag on my thing.
Beatrice, you see this going down. Blitz swoops in, completely disables the flamethrower wielding fox named Tangerine. And you've got a good vantage point up from your, what's it called? From your bear. You're on top of a bear.
From my bear. Can I see what's going on the ship at all?
You've got your bearings.
Stop.
Isabel can't bear that joke.
I'll say when Blitz was up there, y'all didn't see anything. When he swooped in, you've seen you see glimpses, right? You think you saw Felix jumping. You've heard clashing and whatnot. It looked like Rankle just threw a jar, maybe, but then they move forward, and then kind of you lose sight of them again from the again you're looking up at the boat, and they're up here.
Yeah, seems
But,
like everything looks real good over there. I'm gonna assist with Blitz, I think. So the flamethrower is not disarmed, but they are basically like taken out.
They are disarmed.
Oh, they are
No,
disarmed. Cool.
no longer have a flamethrower. They're kind of right now just like
Yeah.
this.
Cool. Hey, you know there were like those crates earlier that were like up above? Where is everyone in proportion to those now?
Yeah, the way this has gone is so where the Marquise and the town guard forces are clashing, right? And they're not fully on like in there like getting stabbed, dying. This is very much like a pitch, like these guys are coming in here, hitting some shields, these guys over here, like they're not trying to die over some boxes of food, right? But the way they've maneuvered, the Marquise soldiers are under those crates.
Excellent. I'm going for those crates. Right? Yeah, trick shot. It's trick shot time.
I was gonna say, yeah, sounds like a trick shot.
Yeah. Cool.
It is cool.
That's finesse, right?
I believe so, yes.
Dang.
Yep.
Wait, actually, what do I have in finesse? Hold on. Nope. I only have a 1 in finesse. So I got a 7. So I think that's still a success. Maybe.
Yes, it is. I'm just trying to figure what the
cost.
what is the yet?
Yeah.
However, actually, yeah. What's the however? Yeah, you hit it. Well, actually, like, what do you get a pick a thing?
Oh yeah. Okay, that's right.
Actual move options.
Yeah, let me pull that up.
You get a 2 out of the 4 options available. Your shot lands in any target of your choice. You strike a second target if available. Cut something, break something, or knock something over.
I'm gonna say it cuts something. It cuts the, it hits the rope holding up the crates just in the perfect way that they fall Looney Tunes style onto the Marquise. I like to imagine that they all, like when cats see snakes, they all kind of like jump up on all fours. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I would like to happen in my mind. And then I think, I think I would like it also to distract an opponent, the opponent being the one with the gauntlets.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, you aim your shot just right. You hit it like it kind of goes this way. It just slices right through that rope. The net full of crates, like you said, just comes straight down and just causes a ruckus inside those Marquise soldiers. Some of them getting hit, some are trying to jump out of the way and then hit another crate that's coming down. Those that aren't unconscious, there's maybe 2 left, have just they're like battered up and like giving up, getting, you see them start getting surrounded by the town guards, who they see this and just like swoop in, right? As your arrow goes, it hits the building behind it, right? Because it was like hanging off of like the building right there. So it's like the building it's attached to ricochets back past you, and then hits one of the gauntlets on the gauntlet one as he's like got them up here, and what's her name? Amelia, the Anura, like has like the great sword here, is trying to hold them back, and you hit one of them. Looks over and Amelia, the big frog, uses that opportunity to like shoulder them back. Which one was that? I didn't give them names. They're just technicians. Oh wait, no, I did. That one's Clem. So that and as that, Clem goes down and it's just like knockout with your distraction. So Stitch on the ground is pretty wrapped up. It seems like you've got a destroyed bear, and a bunch of either knocked out or surrendered Marquise soldiers. Do you stick around, or do you like head for the deck?
I might look at Amelia and just be like, how you doing over there, Amelia? Everything looking good?
She looks around and says, "No injuries. I don't see anything left to stab."
We
Then
better
she
take
looks-
a... Yeah.
Yeah, she looks up at the ship though.
We better go take a look at what's going on over there. I'm gonna just, scramble over.
Mm-hmm. As you scramble, I'm Blitz, I'm assuming you're coming along as well. Or are you flying?
I'm flying up immediately.
Okay, perfect. So you take off.
I would actually
Amelia-
love to scramble through the hole in the side of the boat too, rather than
Okay.
going up the ramp or whatever.
Yeah, she sends 2 town guards up. So like they go up the normal gang plank, whatever. Boat term.
Nailed it.
Feeling it.
Glam plank, I think. It's where everyone puts their makeup on. Head up to the ship. You scurry away. You attempt to jump into the boat. Probably asked this before. Do you have acrobatics as a roguish feat?
That's an excellent question. I do not.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's like a super far jump, maybe I wouldn't.
You could, yeah, it kind of is. It looks like you think you can make it, right? But the ship is also kind of rocking in the water a bit. So it's like you're trying to hit a moving target.
Yeah.
Yours.
I would just go up the ramp at that point, I think. I don't think Beatrice is super into daring feats.
It's not a daredevil squirrel.
No.
Why go jumping over a big area of water when you can go up a ramp is what the Fleetcheeks always say. Yeah,
Always.
We say that all the
It
time.
comes up so
Always.
often.
Yeah.
So often.
You're telling this to the town guards that are walking up the ramp with you. Like, is that really a thing you say?
I look around and then just run up the ramp.
Yeah, they
Look at him and walk up.
yeah.
No, I'm done. I have to go.
Actually
spots and walk.
run off. Blitz, you fly up.
Yes.
So you're able to survey / hit the deck, a little quicker if you like. From your vantage point, you finally see what's going on. A confusing scene perhaps for you as you see Tiffany and the 2 rough bones who you've not met yet engaged in combat with the remaining Marquis soldiers. The sailors that were up here have all moved to like as far away as possible, right? And have kind of like used a few crates to like barricade themselves, or at least try to protect themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you also see Rankle and Felix in combat with Captain Duchess Carlotta von Fluffington. Duchess Captain? Captain Duchess?
Captain Duchess?
Uncle, father? Oscar?
She changes it around a lot
Oscar
depending on her
Mayer?
mood, I feel like.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no matter how you address her, it's incorrect.
As soon as she gets off the ship, it
She'll tell you
changes.
it's the other way.
That's perfect. Yes.
If you try to call her Duchess Captain, she's like, I'm your captain. If you try to call her Captain, she's like, I'm a Duchess.
Just the worst. Just the absolute worst.
Absolutely. She's done that a couple times in combat.
Amazing.
Love that. Love that for her.
Her soldiers
You
have
have
been
to
asking
bow.
for direction. It's like,
Mhm.
Duchess, what should we do? I'm a captain. On
You
this
have to
ship, I'm a
bow
captain.
and salute.
Felix would
and
probably
say
be like,
aye,
you
aye.
won't, you let your boss talk to you like that? Now's your chance to run if you'd like.
As they get conked in the head by.
Sounds like there's a
Crack
union
one.
about to happen. Who knows?
Mhm.
That's our next root game.
Yes.
The clearing. The gang unionizes the clearing.
Unionizes the clearing.
Yes, the clear. Yeah.
So yeah, you see that. You see, Rankle, sword in hand, Felix, daggered up,
Mhm.
taking on Carlotta with like her small buckler and dirk,
Mhm.
as well as the soldiers fighting.
So they're both
Again.
they're both fighting Duchess Captain Duchess.
Right.
Mhm.
We'll say they're all they're both fighting her, and then the rough bones are fighting the soldiers.
Gotcha. Do I see Regina?
You do. You see her on the deck behind. I almost said Felix. I did say Felix and Rankle.
Mm-hmm.
Bleeding out. You see, like, she's laying in a pool of blood.
Okay. I think.
The smile.
I mean, fuck yeah. I think seeing that she's bleeding out, and no one is attending to her, and she's just bleeding, he's not gonna. Oh, but does he? Oh. I think
Does Felix see any of this also? I would say something if I see you.
Here's what I'll do to make sure that does happen. Blitz, seeing the whole scene, sees his two companions, his two fellow vagabonds fighting side by side. He's going to complete the triangle and land behind them. So that he's also right next to Regina in this instance, or closest to Regina.
Okay.
And when he lands, Felix can see that same struggle.
Yeah.
Before.
Felix will just give you a look and say, just leave her.
Beatrice will kind of run up behind you and kind of put a paw on you too and be like, you know, it won't change anything that's happened.
I know that. I still want to see it done. But right now she can bleed.
Felix will take that. That's a win in Felix's book.
And I will help Felix and Rankle in fighting the Duchess Captain Duchess. Fluffington. Let's see.
I think Felix keeps calling her Fluffington. Flufferino? Fluff?
Fluffmeister.
Just getting her name wrong on purpose a bunch.
Yeah.
Fluffmeister.
Yeah, general.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Blitz, you land.
Let's see. What do
touching moment. Let's say your abrupt arrival. Carlota spins to see, you know, like, whoa, what, you know, distracts her from the other two. Rankle, this I would say would create an opening for you to come in.
Oh yeah, Rankle, seeing that brief moment, he's swinging away.
Okay. We'll call this still an engage in melee, but with Blitz's swoop in maneuver, we'll give you take a +1 forward.
Okay.
To that. Just the one.
No.
Love to hear that.
No, not again.
Yep. 2 1s +1 +1, so that's a whole 4.
2 1s?
Oh my god.
Throw
Change
those dice
whatever
away.
dice you're rolling.
Throw away those dice.
No. Rankle's
Okay,
very bad. No good day.
No,
You
Rankle's
come in, and you think you've just got like the perfect, right? You're just gonna come in and you swing. As you do, Carlota like pulls one of these, blocks your blow with her own dirk, and then but then she comes around with the shield, and it like it like small as it is, she's big, right? So it just like crashes into you. We're gonna call that an exhaustion harm. So you take an exhaustion, and you're knocked back a bit, and it allows her to kind of like then steady herself, but she's still surrounded by the three of you, so she's like, you know, like a tiger caught in a trap. Felix, you see this go down as you also see Beatrice, right? And y'all have your chat with Blitz. She arrives with some of the town guards, and now it looks like it's just a matter of time before the rest of those Marquise soldiers are you know, they're outnumbered at this point. The soldiers and the sailors are all again cowering. The soldiers are like doing their best to hold off those other 3. I guess 5. There's now 5 against them. So
yeah, I think Felix will continue to just try to like hold her off and just like make sure that she can't get at Rankle. Seeing Rankle knocked back, tries to like move into like her, like move himself in front of where Rankle was thrown back, seeing that he was knocked back pretty far. And basically just try to like keep her occupied, like fighting, but like a lot less for his life in this moment. Still keeping alert, still fighting her, but I'm not trying to kill her right now. I'm just trying to buy time for reinforcements now at this point, seeing the tides turning. So continuing to fight, but so I'll roll if we need to, but I'm not trying to just like straight up kill her.
I'm gonna say no. You don't need to roll for that. Yeah, she does, engage. You two trade. You spar for a bit. She's unable to find an opening without exposing herself to Blitz. So yeah, for the time being, you're holding her off. Beatrice, you came up. 2 soldiers, town guards. What's the difference, right? Their stats aren't. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
They rush in to help. They're confused. At first, they see the rough bones fighting the 𝙒𝙖𝙧𝙧, and they're like, "Oh, aren't they all together?" And they kind of look at you, and
I just got here.
You in the loop here? I just got here.
It looks to me like maybe those guys have switched sides, and I think the cats are the ones that we want for now.
They're like, well, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that. Those are they are who we want for now. They just hop in and go to back up the rough bones. As they do, one of them is like, we'll worry about arresting you later, but right now we're here to help. Arrest you later.
Don't worry, that warrant is coming.
This one has a bounty and 5 clearings.
Is everyone kind of busy fighting?
Yeah. So you've got space and time. Not all of it. Right, that'd be all of existence. You can't have it, but you've got enough time to, yeah.
Beatrice becomes the singularity.
Oh my god, as it was meant to be.
I think I'm gonna walk over to Regina while she's kind of like laying there on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like, bend down a little and very quietly kind of start talking to her. And she'll be like, I have learned early on to always try to keep a positive attitude, but Blitz, he didn't really have that luxury because he lost everyone he loved. If you or any of you continue to do what you do, I don't know what kind of deal you made with the rest of them, but I personally and the entire Fleetcheeks clan will hunt you down and hold you responsible for anything that I hear that goes wrong. For any other denizens like Blitz or myself. And I'm gonna do my good advice thing and say, so I wouldn't recommend keeping up whatever operation you've got here. Understand? And where is she injured?
She took a stab right in the old torso.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like very gently kind of hold a paw over it. I'm not gonna do any damage.
Okay.
Should I
roll? It looks like cunning. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Fuck, I rolled so bad.
If,
That's
if it's a
okay.
difference of 1, your charm is a little bit better. This could also be threatening, like persuade an NPC. If a difference of 1 would.
It would be the difference between a 4 and a 6, so not quite enough either way. I think.
Not quite enough.
Yeah.
Would them dying be a +1? So it's a 7.
Let's see. On a miss, the advice angers or offends them. The GM will tell you what local custom you've overstepped. You haven't meddled anything. There's not a local custom.
Yeah, I can. I don't think it would ruin anything for that to happen.
Yeah. She is kind of in and out of consciousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and yeah, you weren't privy to the deal Felix already made with them.
Yeah.
And she just takes like a bloody paw up and tries to like grab you by your lapel or something, right? And just kind of like pulls herself forward and said, "We already gave our word," and then passes out.
Beatrice looks a little confused, but then she kind of just like looks at Blitz, like worried but maybe hopeful. Yeah.
I think Blitz's anger and frustration have had to be transferred over to Duchess, Captain Duchess, as he goes to fight them with the spear to disarm them so that this fight can end, and we can get back to some peace, or peace in his heart or mind, or whatever it's struggling with. So she just goes forward, the crescent moon, to like scoop at their hand and like slam it down so that their hand is stuck into the wood, and they have no choice but to drop the weapon they're holding.
Okay.
So roll finesse for that.
And let's still take a +1 forward to that, because you still have Rankle and Felix assisting you.
All right, that is
got her corralled.
Yes. Then that would be a total of 11.
Yeah, 100%. That happens. You come in, definitely pull that off. Her paw.
It's definitely almost like as he slams the hand down into the wood, it's almost enough force to slice their hand off, but it like the blade digs into the bone but doesn't take it off. And he's just like, "You lose." And yeah. But that Felix and Rankle can tell that their anger is meant for somebody else. Not this Duchess, Captain Duchess.
Yeah, she lets go. It's obvious to her that they've lost. She calls off the last group of soldiers that are fighting. They give up their weapons and everything. And she looks up. She's like, "Well, I guess we'll be going home now." And they just sail away. No, the ship's all wrecked. I can't do that. There's like you see almost like you see an anger in her eyes that doesn't quite match your own, but it is fierce. We'll get to that later. But yeah, she's like, "You're fine. We surrender." And then that's like, you don't get another word out of her for a sec, as good old Amelia Clear Eyes of the Gramble's Log Town Clearing Council comes up. Rest of the soldiers behind her, they start like parading the Marquise guards off of the ship, like doing the classic like spear and like, "Get on you" kind of deal. She looks at the four of you with the bleeding out Regina, the rough they're starting to arrest the rough bones too. We'll just say that behind y'all, and because they're still wanted and everything, and they're like screaming, like, "Wait a minute, we had a deal!" Looking at the four of y'all.
Your deal was with me, not with the clearing guards.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, they get taken off just like with the rest of them. Regina's still there, laying. Amelia walks up to the four of you. She's like, "Well, I suppose this clearing has you owes you a debt of gratitude all over again. How about that? I don't know that we have a brig big enough, a jail big enough to hold all of these. Most likely just ransom them back to the Marquise, or hand them over to the
I think maybe what happened here is these mercenaries they hired turned on them. You know, seems like these Marquise were just trying to help this clearing out, and it was these mercenaries who turned on them, and Gramble's log guard just kept the peace and tried to save as many of the Marquise as they could, right? Maybe not get the attention of the Marquise on your new council.
An interesting spin to
maybe
these happenings.
Maybe it was just some sort of diplomatic envoy, but you guys are going to be busy cleaning this up, so probably no more room for diplomatic envoys for a minute there, huh?
Right. As well, we'll see. The Marquise are very vain, very proud. I could see them agreeing to this official story of what happened here to save face, especially in these war times, these troubling times of ours. Unless y'all have any, we can chat it out with.
Felix will hand over the documents that he stole from the captain's quarter, just so they have the evidence of whatever the Marquise were actually doing.
Gotcha. There's like so much to go through, right?
Yeah, Felix didn't go through it at all because there was no time, but they have they're all about bureaucracy.
Oh,
so
yeah. They have nerds for that. It's fine. Just get the clerical people on. It's fine.
You do see. We'll say one thing does somehow you go to hand it over, and something slips out of the whole bag and sort of unfurls a little bit, and you go to pick it up, and it's a list of names of people in the clearing. 5 of them are the names of the missing denizens. The rest are still there, but they're not like checked off. And each name on the list, Glenda's including the frog we were here to find the whole time. Glenda. Each corresponds to another. Each has like a clearing name behind it. Glenda says Hollowstone. The next 2 say Wellbury. 1 Savannah's Blessing, and 1 Curandero Falls.
And those are all over the place?
Those are
the Marquise
controlled clearings in Midwater.
Yeah, we definitely fill in Amelia on the conspiracy.
It's definitely like the princess is another castle situation.
Yeah. And also, like, definitely, I want to have a moment with Blitz, but I definitely want to go up to Amelia and say, you need someone here who can lie and govern.
Any suggestions?
The shopkeeper, but I don't remember her name.
Leo. The crow.
Felix sighs, like a very heavy sigh, and says, could be useful. And then very begrudgingly, I can stay for a time.
Well, you all are welcome to stay in Gramble's Lock as long as you would like. It would be my honor to host you. I'm sure your friend Bale wouldn't mind as well. And then she thinks of you see her like her head stomp for a beat, right? She's like little wheels turning in that frog brain of hers, and she says, "Come to think of it, you did keep all of this from me. You for arriving here and leading your own investigation into the missing denizens. Deceptive, and showed initiative. Perhaps there's a spot for him on the council. But I will meet with Cleo as well. As she seems like, after your whole filling, right? Seems like she may be an undervalued asset of Gramble's Law.
I think she's got a lot of information that maybe the council has been missing.
You're gonna have to bribe her though. It's just not gonna come
Oh
cheap.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
She nods. She's like, I have.
Oh yeah.
Yes. She, like, you told her everything. She's like, yes, it does sound
Yeah.
like her.
There is a
information comes
part
out
of the budget that is strictly for bribing people.
We're gonna
We'll
need
have
to
an
make one.
appropriations meeting about it.
And
No,
you know,
less
Line
meetings.
item.
Less meetings, Amelia.
That's their
Less
thing.
meetings, Amelia.
you know
They
the Marquisat, they took a lot of effort to destabilize things, but the wounds they were picking at, I think, probably did exist before they got here.
Suppose you may be right. We are stretched thin. I have to admit, Gramble's Log is a lot of land to look over, a lot of marshland. Our outskirts are far and vast, and yes, you're correct. So perhaps it is time to look and begin to incorporate all of our denizens into Gramble's Log, as well as we do those living here in the big city. Those that live here near the docks and around the town's center. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, yeah. She then excuses herself, and she has to help with she's like, a lot of fines to write. You see, a lot of reports to fill out. I'll be busy with this for days. But perhaps you can come and visit the town hall in a few days' time, and we'll see about a bit of compensation for your help. Couldn't have done it without you and all that.
Felix doesn't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
Compensation? Sign me up.
And yeah, they take away the other Marquise, right? Everyone, including Carlota, right? It takes like maybe 4 town guards to restrain her, but eventually they get her off the ship as well. She's just like cursing and yelling, and mostly directed at you. She's probably been ignoring it, but like, she's like, I'm gonna get you. This will be, you was not the last of me, etc., etc., etc. And similar from the Rough Bones, because they feel two-timed.
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and everyone take 3 notoriety with the Marquise.
Ooh. Ooh.
Y'all just captured a Duchess. That's a big deal.
Yeah. Captain Duchess.
Captain Duchess. That's a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take the same. We're gonna take 3. The other one. 3 good marks with the denizens. Prestige.
think-
That's what it is.
Yeah, my relationship with Felix is that if we're spotted together, then any prestige or notoriety gains with those factions are doubled for the two of us,
What?
which is crazy.
Holy crap!
That's cool as hell.
That hate shot up as well as
We all take-
Honestly, I
Yeah.
feel like
I'll take
with
6.
Beatrice showing her like vicious side with Regina, that makes perfect
Mhm.
sense. Like we're actually the
Mhm.
same.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
I'm not too pleased with any of you either.
So that's a lot. That's a lot of prestige.
And you get double for everything, right?
I get +1, I think, for everything.
Okay, +1.
Or not for negative. I have a thing where if I get negative notoriety, I can take it out of my fame or prestige instead,
Okay.
but I don't have any prestige with the Marquis.
Right.
I'm
Not starting now, you know.
yeah, that got me a +1 with a Denizen and a -1 with the Marquise, and I'm on my way to -2 and +2.
Yeah, that
I love that for us.
It's so good.
so much angst.
So much
Oh, yeah.
angst.
So, yeah, they're just so mad at y'all. They're gonna be like double
Good.
wanted posters in every
Yeah.
Double
Marquis clearing from now on.
Love that.
Rankle, how you hanging in? You just won a big battle. You lost 2 of your mystery jars.
Yeah, that's fine. And Rankle can always cook
mystery
up more
jars.
soup. As they're having
Big
these
soup plans.
conversations with Amelia and whatnot, Rankle's kind of just standing there putting pressure on his arrow wounds. He's at 3 injuries currently.
Oh my god,
Out
Rankle.
of 4, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And Rankle, he's not much of a political mastermind, so he's letting them deal with that side of things while he's just kind of looking for a band-aid.
Just watching your blood kind of drip. We'll say Dr. Ned comes back. Just like
Get those leeches.
floats in. He says, "Oh, my boy. Oh, you've seen better days, I believe. I saw you earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
even that was a little better than this." He gives you like a little. He bandages you up, which will stop your wounds from bleeding, but it's not. You're not gonna regain any injury. Right? He's like, "Come in. Looks like I might be setting up shop here for a while. Don't know how I'm gonna get myself back to 𝙒𝙧𝙧𝙨 Falls, but perhaps I don't need to." And like, because it's like, "Come in. I'm gonna see where I can set up shop. Maybe treat some of the injured here, town guard and Marquis alike. There's no, he gives like a whole Doctors Without Borders speech thing, right? He's a healer. He's not like you mentioned, he got conscripted to the Marquis, and he's been happy to do it this whole time, but it's
Everybody gets a Ned stick.
Think
everyone
about
gets
the
an
business. Think of all the business they just got.
the first time he's learning the words private practice. He's like, "I can what? I don't have to just work for the Empire." Oh, fascinating. Next day, he's set up like a makeshift, doctor's clinic. He's got like a clinic in town.
Barbershop.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. As a surgeon barber, yeah, he also cuts for hair.
Leeches and fades for everybody.
Feathers.
Feathers, yes, thank you. Leeches and fades for everybody. That's the Coil of Night right there. He's just like, just tell him. I guess just tell him I died along with some of these fellows. He's happy to hang around.
We can doctor you up a death certificate, no problem.
I mean, he did fly away, and none of the Marquis soldiers saw him return. So, for all they know, he's like 97,000 years old. So, I was there in the first woodland. Yeah, I guess we depart the ship. Right, there's nothing left up here unless we want to loot the room or whatever. But you kind of already did. All the documents you gained.
Mm-hmm.
The next few days pass pretty much without much, excitement. There are wounds treated. There, things that the docks begin repaired. You're upgraded at the Laughing Dragon, or sorry, Laughing Demon, to better rooms. You each get a private room to yourselves, and so the next few nights are quite spent in quite a bit of comfort. Rankle will say enough for you to regain 2 injury. Anyone else who has any, and then consider your exhaustion all regained as well, as it's been long enough, right? Then you get an official summons on like the 3rd day, and it's from the town council's office. They'd like you to go in that afternoon and be recognized for your assistance, your service to the clearing in an official capacity before the whole council and all of that. We can wrap up any other things we want to do in the clearing before that. Like, you got hours to kill, right? Or we can go right up in there. How would y'all like to spend?
I want to take a moment to talk to Blitz before we do anything in a group.
Absolutely.
Just check in with him. Because so Felix takes Blitz aside for a moment and puts a paw on his shoulder and looks him in the eyes and says, "I'm sorry that I took the choice away from you, but I didn't want you to kill Regina. I don't want you to be like me."
It's a choice my parents would have been proud of.
I knew your parents too.
I know.
They weren't vengeance-driven people. They found a use for a vengeance-driven fox. But they weren't like that themselves. They were good people.
I'm proud that you're carrying on their legacy.
Okay. Just I know it's hard, but
you're just as much family as they were. My family wasn't about what blood you carry, it's about the actions. And you're a Lombardi through and through.
big fox tears. Probably the first time you've seen Felix cry ever in the decades you've known him. And just pulls you in for a hug.
Oh, easy. Immediately reciprocate.
Yeah.
Thank you, Felix. Thank you for being my family.
Pulls back. I love you, Blitz. And so proud of you. Your
Love you
parents
too.
would be proud.
Thank you. Oh. Hopefully, the rough ones are finished for at least a while.
I mean, I said we wouldn't kill him, but didn't say anything about the guards, so hopefully Regina rots in jail forever.
Hopefully.
I'll, see to it myself. I don't entirely trust these naive small-town guards.
They're not the quickest on the draw, no.
No. Little too sweet.
Little
too trusting.
A little too trusting, a little too sweet.
The guards have been filling up on Ned sticks the last few days.
Too many nut sticks. Too many nut sticks for those damn guards. You gotta talk to Amelia about that.
Yeah, they've been celebrating a little too happily, considering the mess they were in. But we saved them. Again. It feels good to save people.
You know, I never thought I would say it, but it actually does. I'm glad you dragged me along into this.
I'm glad you kept me out of the trouble that I would have gotten into.
I tried. There's only so much I can do. One of these days your luck is gonna run out, and I hope Rankle and I and Beatrice are there when that happens.
I'll consider that part of the luck too.
All right. Speaking of which, let's go get some of Rankle's soup. I think he made some new ones, and it's not nasty anymore.
I don't know. It might.
I don't trust it, but I feel like if we don't try it, he's going to be so sad.
I don't. Yeah, I saw that. I smelled the soup that was on that Captain.
He can
lady.
cook. I know he can cook. I think he's fucking with us, but
I think he is actively fucking with us.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure
why. He also almost died, so we gotta be nice to him.
Do we? I mean, we could still rag on him.
Yes, we do, and sort of like scrub Blitz. Yes, we have to be nice to Rankle. He almost died to saving us. Eat his soup.
I feel like Beatrice knocks on the door. There's like a knock on the door, and Beatrice is like, Blitz and Felix, Rankle really wants us to try his soup, and I don't want to try it by myself.
We're coming. We're looking forward to it.
I don't know if that's the truth.
I didn't see him make it.
Oh, no.
I smelled something.
Just a nondescript something.
Just a umami can't identify what's in it.
Come on, Beatrice. You store coins and clothing in your mouth. How bad could it be?
I think the fact that it scares them makes it that much scarier.
That means it's the extra bad.
Yeah.
Well, we'll live.
Beatrice just goes, exactly.
I guess we just head to the kitchen, wherever they're. I hope it's the kitchen where they're cooking up this soup.
They go to rally around Rankle and whatever his concoction is.
Yeah, absolutely. You head in.
Have a pre-ceremony family dinner.
Right. The inn's been kind of slow these last few days. Or at least maybe it seems slow because you have your own rooms. You're not in the big common one anymore. But why can't we use that NPC? Oh well. Sorry, I have to find the names of these jerks in the that run this in. No. I guess they're just not around. That old guy and his daughter, her son.
I know, I'm trying to find them. I wrote them down somewhere. I don't remember what session it was.
I did write them down somewhere.
Second one?
I think it was the second one.
I'm just annoyed because I have this whole section of NPCs and somehow I didn't put them down in here. Oh, because I put them with my session 2 notes because that's when it happened. Delilah and old flimsy skids.
Old flimsy. How could we forget flimsy skids as an iconic old man name?
And Delilah's son Gramble.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, they're Delilah's up front helping a couple of tables that they've got. Old Flimsy and Grimble are off fishing, so Rankle, you've had the kitchen to yourself for the whole morning and afternoon.
Yeah, there's certainly smells coming from the kitchen. several different ones. As he sees his friends kind of coming out and sitting down at this table, he brings out this giant pot. And he kind of sets it down in the center of the table. And it is not liquidy at all. It is just like a giant gelatinous substance, just kind of settling down. A couple bubbles popping off the top of it. He just kind of looks to his friends and goes over and grabs a few clean bowls and sets them out. He just looks to you and just says, "You mind keeping an eye on this fresh batch of poison? Don't touch it." And he's gonna go ahead and go back to the kitchen. Woo! And bring out
batch of poison.
A fresh pot of this very delectable smelling soup, very herbaceous scent kind of fluttering through the air. So he brings out, you can see there's very much fresh bits of like greenery and leaves just kind of floating on the top. And he will dish out some of that to them.
Told you he could cook.
Yeah, sorry, this is a side project. I didn't want to leave it in the kitchen.
One of the bowls.
How did you get it to congeal so fast?
Don't ask. You don't want to know.
You're right. I don't.
From the poison side, one of the poison bowls, one of the especially large bubble forms up in the gelatinous liquid, and when it finally pops, it kind of like a gust of air, and you just hear "Kill me."
Same soup, same. I feel that.
But the soup is delicious.
I think as we're eating the soup and all complimenting Rankle on it, I think Beatrice would look around and she would say, normally I might have some kind of saying for right now, but I think I just really want to say that I'm so proud of all of us. You guys are, honorary Fleetcheeks for life.
I get a
which
copy
means
of
that
all the sayings.
that is exactly what Beatrice pulls like a book out of her
binder.
Looks visibly stressed out.
Yeah. So normally we start from a very young age, so you guys got a lot of catching up to do. And she'll just start reading all of them.
It's there's like a college textbook of sayings. You're like,
and they are all highly specific.
Clearly, as we've seen.
It's like a DSM-4 book. You're like, what the hell? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This one says if you have your left foot stuck in a puddle, and then this one says if you have a right toe stuck in one. How is that different?
They're categorized by season and time of day and leap year.
We got, the leap years, we got all kinds of different sayings for. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, like I know what a solstice is, but what's a moonsnitz? What is that? What is happening?
Do we miss the ceremony because we're busy studying for the Fleetcheeks exam?
Oh, I thought this was the fade out moment where then we fade back in at the ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might miss it if the binder is too big.
It's like an SAT study group. You're like, man.
Oh, we can walk and read. That's fine.
We'll can walk and read.
We'll take a little break for the ceremony.
Oh,
okay. Oh man, we gotta go to the ceremony. I don't know about this reading stuff. We gotta go.
Yeah, that Fleetcheeks test is no joke. So yeah, we fade out. We arrive at the clearing hall. Right. Make it sound like a discount store. At the Gramble's Log Clearing Hall, you can find furniture, appliances,
boat stuff.
You need it, we got it. But no. There's like a couple of statues of frogs out in the front, a fountain, no statue in the fountain. It's like a regular fountain off water, little lily pads or something in there, right? Some floating flowers as well. It's nice. But you come in, see the sights, you get the tour, the murals that like every town hall in the world has. I'm just gonna assume that's true because it happens in the Midwest. You're led down a hallway, honorary guests. You arrive in the meeting chamber of the town council where they usually hold their sessions and things. All of them are behind the bench that they share. Right, all lined up and sitting in spots. Amelia in the center. The hall is not full, but there are some folks there to bail your friend. The fisher frog is there. Some of his crew, the families of the missing denizens as well. Some of the town guards and plenty of the denizens that were there the night of the bear attack. All of them are giving you like little thumbs ups and like little waves, and like more than one of them mouth like a thank you to you, because like literally saved their lives that night, etc., etc. You walk up. Each council member takes turns, kind of giving this like nice, but kind of almost droning speech, and then it almost always turns around to like service to the clearing and exemplary denizens, this and that, kind of like trying to turn it into like a fable, not a fable, a teaching moment, a little anecdote, etc. Finally he gets to Amelia, and she gives the longest one of all. There's a lot of applause. You were all given 5 value, a medal for your service, and then they ask everyone to clear, but say, "Ooh, we have something extra, for y'all. If you could stay." They ask you to stay behind while they clear all the civilian denizens out. We'll say even the town guards are excused, and everything was just you and Amelia and a few members of the council, not even all of them. She starts and says, "You have done a tremendous service to our clearing once again, and although I feel as if our debt can never be repaid, I have more to ask of you. We've examined the documents that you gave us, all of that whole bag's worth. It was much and more, but from what we could piece together, our missing denizens are somewhere else in the woodland. For what reasons, we're not sure. We have a lead on each of them. We've spoken, we've discussed, and we'd like to hire your services to find them and bring them home."
Felix will look at the rest of the party, follow with whatever they're, if they agree, he's gonna agree. He's just sort of deferring.
I think it's only right for us to accept. If my friends here agree.
Sense. To want to do this? Make sure everybody gets home as safely as they can get home.
Well, it's either do this or retire. Guess I'm in.
Yeah, that'd be boring. Well, so now you can use that new soup.
Oh yeah, this one's
soup?
gonna be even
And
more
the
potent.
poison.
Oh God, more potent?
Mm-hmm.
The poison soup. The The one that wants to die. It's so horrid.
Yeah,
Soup itself.
The sentient poison soup, you know.
I'm glad I also heard that. I thought it was that the fumes made me go nuts for a moment.
I mean, I think maybe that's also part of it, but yeah.
Being exposed to it for more than 5 seconds, we all heard, I want to die.
To Amelia, don't worry about that. We're in.
Each of them, you know, like, shakes hand, high five. A couple of them are huggers. All of that. They're like extremely thankful. Some of them give you small gifts, like a little bracelet, a little small statuette.
I put them all in my cheeks.
Good luck charms and the such. Okay. Yeah, of course. Where else would they go?
Where else would they
Where
go?
else?
Where
Is
else?
a great question. Where else?
Where else?
That's what I'm saying.
They provide you with like a small dossier, we'll say, on each of the denizens that's missing, as much as they know about the individual, and then also their possible current whereabouts. A small wagon with 2 bison beetles to pull it out of the, not common in Gramble's log, more common off in the wild prairie, but you know, they're here. And a small chest of coin. Amelia's like, you know, for expenses, food, lodging, bribes of the such, whatever it takes to get them home. Write those down though. Says like keep track of all of your expenses. We're gonna have to match numbers on this.
Sure, will do.
But yeah, as she sees you off, you all proverbial riding off into the sunset. You know, you've got your oxen beetle. You have a driver to someone to like, who's driving the cart. He's gonna take care of the beetles and stuff. Another Anura, a frog known as Jeffrey the Lesser. And he's just spinning a yarn, like telling you this big long story of how he even got his name, as you just ride off, and he's just like chatting your ears off. And that's where we'll end. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here. This has been Midnight in the Marshes, a root actual play here on the Initiative Order. I've been Miguel, your GM, and it has been my honor to facilitate this game with 4 amazing players. I don't know if I could ever ask for better vagabonds. Thank you so much. I'm supposed to do the thing where I plug myself. You can find me around the socials at Miguel_Clásico. I mainly just post pictures of food on Instagram. So, I mean, if you want to follow me there, follow me there. Sometimes I post on Blue Sky, and the rest of them the same thing on 5 different places every 3 days. So if that's what you're into, come follow me. Otherwise, I don't have anything coming up streaming wise, but if I do, I'll be posting it on one social or another. Who knows? Maybe I'll just go back to working on my own TTRPG Order Up, a game set in a world of food and fantasy, where you take on the roles of chefs or just chefs running a little street vendor situation, food cart.
What kind of soups can you make?
Etc. There is actually since the last time I ran a little playtest of it, there are menu building mechanics. So like when you do character creation, you as a group also will create the menu that will be offered up. And that way you know what sort of ingredients and things you need to gather and kind of challenges you roll for and stuff. Combat-less game. It's all about cooking. So, but also you can play as like, I don't know, a giant octopus if you want, or a dwarf, whatever you want. That's all I have going on as I ramble. Let's check in. Let's talk to the rest of our players. Let them tell you all about them. Starting with Christian.
Hey everybody. Hey. Hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Boomba, on the internets. mainly on TikTok. You just find me here on Twitch. Several days, several games, several wonderful people. You can also find me on Thursdays on Roll for Dylan. That's ROLL, the number 4, DYLAN for Vampire the Masquerades, Darkness Over New Orleans. And of course, you can find me Sundays on Total Party Kisses, Tragic Theologian, Greek Myth Inspired 5e campaign at 8 p.m. I've been your Prince, Blitz Lombardi, and this was an absolute blast. And I'm gonna miss these characters. I'm gonna miss this. This is a blast and a hoot and a holler. It is, and it's unbearable that we have to let them go. One last pun out there. That's me.
Fantastic. Thank you. Also, how about... Sorry, I had to look at my thing. Isabel.
Yeah. So you can you can find me all over the internet. I will not be posting, but you can find me there at Isabel is okay. And you can actually find me tomorrow on the Twitch channel _D'Angelo for the Emerald Templars Coven of Thorns campaign. We are resuming tomorrow, and we will be there every Sunday. So come check that out. It is high fantasy, high drama, lots of fun. I'm playing a very hot necromancer, so come check it out. And then also over on Pluto Cleric's Twitch channel, every first and third Monday, I am still in the Pathfinder 2e Gods Among Mortal campaign, where I play a big lovable barbarian. We are about to fight another kind of like construct, so tune in for that. And oh yes, and that campaign is funding or raising funds for the Trans Empowerment Project. So definitely check them out, support them. If you can't donate, just share the Trans Empowerment Project on socials. Would be very, very appreciated. And that is it for me.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much. Sabina, tell us all about it.
I'm Sabina. You can find me very occasionally for now, posting on socials under Alfalfa Centauri, like the star, but it's Alfalfa. Okay. I have had such a blast being on this little mini series with all of you as well. Miguel, this was such an awesome world. And I couldn't have had better people to explore it with. What am I in? I'm in a podcast called Two Monsters Rolling Dice. It is an actual play podcast in the Fate Core system in the style of an old-timey radio drama. Our first season, The Uncanny Valley, is set in a supernatural, spooky, Wild West kind of setting. And it's a lot of fun. We release on Wednesdays. Again, it's called Two Monsters Rolling Dice. That's it.
And thank you. First, and then and Nate.
Yeah.
One more time. Take us home.
Perfect. Let's do it. Hi, everybody. I'm Nate. First of all, Miguel, Christian, Isabel, Sabina, thank you so much. This was such an amazing game. You are all so goddamn talented. So many different ways. So thank you all so much for being my fellow players and an amazing GM, Miguel. And thank you for choosing this channel to stream with. I am the head of content for the Initiative Order, so it means a lot when folks come to us and want to stream with us. So thank you all so much. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, but I should be back in the GM seat here fairly soon. With our continuation of our Symbaroum campaign, so one of these Sundays we'll be coming back. Just keep an eye on the socials. There will be a link to our socials somewhere in the stream chat. Follow us on all the places. And if you want to be a part of any of our streams or just come hang out with us, come play games with us, we run free-to-play community games every month, where you can check out different systems, play with different GMs, and meet all kinds of incredible folks. Please jump into our Discord. There will be a link for that as well going around down Team chat. Steam stream chat. Yeah. Aside from that, secret projects coming up. Can't say too much right now. I've got one coming up here September, October that we're gonna have a lot of really amazing giveaways for. That's all I'll say, but you'll have a chance to win some really cool free physical books of some particular game. Aside from that, nothing else. I'm pretty boring. I'm mainly on Instagram if you want to find me there, but I don't really post ever. So again, thank you all so much for everything. Thank you, viewers. Shout outs to our wonderful raiders of the night, Sorting Key, ELH, and oh my gosh, I apologize, Codex Lantern. Thank you so much for popping in and joining. Always appreciate the support. That's it, everybody.
Can I also give
absolutely.
a shout out to Brianna
yes.
for holding the chat down, and also for the amazing intro, right? I love that intro so much.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
So much.
Thank you so much.
I'm a little biased.
I also got nervous and didn't say my thank yous, but thank you to everyone. I love you all.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, a little biased. Brianna is my amazing partner who makes all of our promos and overlays and intro videos and works her ass off behind the scenes, so thank you so much. And thank you, other TO team. I know most of you are at Gen Con right now, and I'm super jealous, but hope you're all having a great time. Okay, that's it, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, a great weekend. See you all in the next adventure. See ya.